All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we are tackling something that I know a lot of you have been asking about, and that's passive income ideas.
Yeah. Always a popular topic.
Always, right. And particularly for our listeners. I think, a lot of our listeners are what we've been calling our learner persona.
Mm-hmm.
The person who is out there maybe thinking about starting a side hustle or exploring different ways to, create more financial freedom in their lives.
Absolutely.
And so we thought it'd be really fun to dig into this topic, and we found a great source called Passive Income Ideas for Beginners in 2025.
Ooh, very timely.
Yes, very timely. So we'll be sure to link to that in the show notes if you want to check it out.
Please do.
But our goal today is really to go beyond just listing off a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
We want to really help you think about how these ideas could apply to your own life.
Yeah, exactly. Like make it actionable and relevant to you and where you're at.
Yes, exactly. So first things first, what even is passive income, right? It's kind of this buzzword that gets thrown around a lot.
It is.
But I think sometimes people have this misconception that it's just like, you sit back and money magically appears in your bank account.
Like winning the lottery or something.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And while we all wish it were that easy, the reality is a little bit different.
Yeah, it's definitely not about, get rich quick schemes or anything like that.
No.
It's more about putting in the work up front and then creating a system that can generate income over time.
Yeah, I like to think of it kind of like, building a robot.
Okay.
You put in all the effort to design and build and program this robot up front, but once it's up and running, it can keep working for you even when you're not actively tinkering with it.
I love that analogy. Right, because it really emphasizes that there is initial effort required.
Yes.
You're not just going to snap your fingers and have a passive income stream appear.
Exactly. And the source even talks about this too, right? It cautions against those make money in your sleep kind of promises.
Yeah, those are always a red flag.
Total red flag.
Like if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. So with that said, I think the article does a really good job of breaking down different passive income ideas into categories.
Yeah.
Which I think is helpful, especially for beginners, because it helps you kind of wrap your head around all the different options out there.
Right. It gives you a framework to think about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they talk about things like digital products, real estate investing, even things like renting out unused space.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right. So there's a lot to unpack here.
There is?
So maybe we can start by talking about a few specific examples that really caught our attention.
Yeah, let's do it.
And see if we can, bring these categories to life a little bit.
Awesome.
So one that I thought was really interesting was the idea of renting out unused space.
Oh.
And we're not just talking about a spare bedroom here, although that is definitely an option.
Sure.
But the article talks about things like renting out parking spots, storage units, even turning your car into a mobile billboard.
Wow. I've seen those around, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? So it's all about kind of tapping into the sharing economy.
Exactly.
And utilizing assets that you already have.
Yeah, like things that might be just sitting there unused.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe you have a parking spot that you don't use during the day. You could rent that out to someone who works in the area.
Makes sense.
Or maybe you have some extra storage space in your basement or attic. You could rent that out to people who need to store their stuff.
Yeah.
So all these creative ways to kind of generate passive income from things that you already own.
Yeah. It's a really interesting way to think outside the box.
Absolutely. Now, of course, with anything like this, there are always legal and logistical considerations.
Oh, for sure.
You have to make sure that you're complying with any local regulations.
Yeah.
Maybe there are HOA rules or city ordinances that you need to be aware of.
Right.
And you also want to make sure that you're protecting yourself legally.
Absolutely.
In case anything were to happen.
Yeah, have a contract in place.
Exactly. Yeah. So the article does touch on some of these things.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to do your own research as well.
Definitely.
And make sure that you're covering all your bases before you jump into anything.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
So that's one example.
Yeah.
Renting out unused space.
Yeah.
Another one that caught my eye was affiliate marketing.
Oh, yeah, that's a popular one.
Very popular, and I think for good reason, because it essentially allows you to get paid for for recommending products or services that you already love.
Exactly.
So, maybe you're really passionate about fitness and you have a blog or a social media following where you share your fitness tips and advice.
Yeah.
Well, you could become an affiliate for fitness apparel companies or supplement companies.
Right. Yeah.
And every time someone buys through your unique affiliate link, you earn a commission.
Yeah. It's a win-win because you're sharing products that you genuinely believe in.
Exactly.
And you're getting rewarded for it.
Exactly. And the article even gives a really great example of this. They talk about a fitness enthusiast who built a successful affiliate business around promoting healthy snacks and workout gear.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so, this person was already passionate about fitness. They were already sharing their knowledge and advice with others.
Yeah.
And so they were able to turn that passion into a profitable side hustle.
That's awesome. And it really shows how you can leverage your existing interests and expertise.
Absolutely. So that's affiliate marketing. Another big one that the article talks about is creating and selling digital products.
Oh, yeah. This is a huge one.
Huge, right. And I think it's becoming even more popular as people are increasingly consuming content online. So what are some examples of digital products that people can create and sell?
Well, you've got ebooks, online courses, templates, worksheets, printables.
Wow, so many.
The list goes on and on.
Right. And I think what's appealing about this is that you create the product once and then you can sell it over and over again.
Exactly. It's very scalable.
Yeah. So you're not trading your time for money in the same way that you might with a traditional job.
Right. You're putting in the effort up front to create the product, but then the potential for income is ongoing.
Exactly.
Really?
So maybe you're a graphic designer. You could create and sell design templates or, social media graphics.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're a writer. You could create and sell ebooks or online courses. So there's really no limit to the types of digital products that you can create.
And it's a great way to share your knowledge and skills with a wider audience.
Absolutely. Now, of course, creating a high-quality digital product takes time and effort.
Oh, for sure.
But the article gives some really good tips on how to do it effectively. They talk about the importance of validating your idea. So making sure that there's actually a market for what you're creating.
Right. You don't want to spend months creating something that nobody wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also talk about the importance of marketing your product.
Yep.
Once you've created it, you need to get it in front of the right people.
Exactly. Because you can have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it,
right,
it's not going to sell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to think about there.
There is.
But I think it's a really exciting opportunity for people who are looking to create passive income.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about renting out unused space affiliate marketing, creating and selling digital products.
Yeah.
Those are just a few examples. Of course, there are many, many more out there.
Oh, yeah. We've just scratched the surface.
Exactly. So I guess the question is, for our listeners who are thinking about dipping their toes into the world of passive income, where do they even begin?
Well, I think the first step is to really think about your interests, your skills and your resources. What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What do you already have that you can leverage?
Yeah, those are great questions.
And then once you have a better sense of that, you can start to brainstorm different passive income ideas that align with those things.
Yeah. And I think it's important to start small.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't try to do everything at once.
Yeah. Pick one thing and focus on that.
Exactly. And the article actually talks about this too, right? They emphasize the importance of taking action. It's easy to get caught up in the planning and the research phase.
Yeah, analysis, paralysis.
Yes, but at some point, you just have to take the leap.
Exactly. And even if it's a small step, it's still progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe, maybe you decide to start by renting out your parking spot.
Sure.
Or maybe you decide to create a simple ebook and sell it on Amazon. The point is to just get started.
Yep. And learn as you go.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe that one small step will lead to something much bigger.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into passive income, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
Imagine you've successfully built a passive income stream that's generating consistent income for you. How does that change your life? What does your ideal day look like now?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Do you have more time to spend with your family and friends?
Yeah.
Are you able to pursue your passions? Are you able to travel more?
More freedom, more flexibility.
Yeah, exactly.
And more options.
So really think about what that looks like for you and let that vision be your guide as you explore different passive income ideas.
Yeah. because having that clear picture in your mind can really help you stay motivated and focused.
Absolutely well said. So that's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. We hope this has given you some inspiration and some actionable steps to get started on your own passive income journey.
And remember, start small, take action, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Happy building, everyone.
See ya.